Hello everybody, I am Conquering History Games and welcome to a brand new campaign on the channel. Today I'm going to be playing one of my favorite ever characters in Crusader Kings 2 just because of how flexible he is. He is a Viking and we are going to be going for the achievement Legacy of the Indo-Norse. So, I probably should do this first. We are going to read exactly what the requirements are. Hold on, new game, some setup. We're going to be starting as Haestein of Retz. So, in order to get Legacy of the Indo-Norse, and we might go for some other things depending on how I'm feeling, you must start as a Norse character. You must hold a kingdom in India as your primary title. Your capital must also be located in India, and your capital must be converted to Norse. There are a couple of caveats to this achievement. So, obviously, at the beginning of the game, you have to be of Norse culture, and also at the end. However, you do not necessarily have to be in between. I'm going to stay Norse, just throwing that out there. There is also, this is something I sometimes see people talking about online, you do not have to be Germanic pagan in order to get the achievement. And I have not 100% confirmed this by checking the code, I will admit, but it's my understanding that if you create an Empire tier title, it's the Empire that must be your primary title, although, like, if you have the Empire, probably made it. Whatever. I guess that's more for people who like to stick around and make Scandinavia before they start making their way east. And don't get me wrong, there's something to be said about that sort of a campaign. Mordred Viking, check him out on YouTube if you haven't before. He did a mega campaign where he would make new kingdoms, making his way east, and he would always abandon the old one as he did that. I thought that was a very, very cool concept, but we're not going to be doing that today. What we're instead going to be doing is, hopefully within one lifetime, that's the goal, make our way out to India. Alright, so I want to, let's see here. So I want to just make sure, wait, excuse me, no, it's slot 1. I want to make sure that I have Shattered Retreat on, because I did get complaints about it being off for my St. Thomas's Dream campaign. Although I also get complaints when it's on sometimes, so you can't win if you try, you know? Okay, before anybody comments, yeah, I know that Iron Man mode is not on, and so I cannot technically get this achievement. I already have this achievement, and I am showing you all a way to get the achievement while also having fun myself. I do not do videos for YouTube on Iron Man mode when it's going to be a long-form Let's Play campaign, because if something goes wrong during a recording, say the mic cuts out, or it turns out I wasn't paying attention to how full my hard drive was, and the recording stops because the drive is full, that means that there's going to be a gap in the footage, and there's no way for me to go back and fix that. So I don't play on Iron Man mode for your sake, and again, I already have the achievement anyway. Watch, there's still going to be a comment about it. Alright, so let's go over Haestein. He is a really super duper interesting guy. He's a Norse Germanic chief. You start with 40 ships. Oh, also, before I forget anything else, we're going to suppress some revolts right there. Okay, so you start with 40 ships and a fleet here, as well as 1,716 troops. These are just event troops, and I believe they you don't even need to pay to upkeep them. You just have them, although they're not reinforcing either. So, Haestein of Retz, we are a brilliant strategist. We got the Unyielding. Not bad, not bad. Holy Warrior might have been better, but Unyielding will work. We are quick, we are a Viking, we are gregarious, we are ambitious, oh very ambitious indeed. We are greedy, and we are lustful. So, quick bio on this character, who actually, if we open his wiki, although, actually no, never mind about the wiki. The wiki's bad. Don't use Wikipedia for research, everybody. Unless it's something that you have absolutely zero stakes in, and don't believe anything you read on it. I was just double checking to see if he's normally spelled a different way, but I think Haestein is the correct way in Norse for his name to be spelled. So, Haestein was one of those Danes that was a part of the raids that were going on in Europe at the time. There is recordings that he probably did raid along Ragnar Lodbrok, although that's a whole other thing about Ragnar Lodbrok. Was he real, and how much of what is supposed to be his life was real? He did live to be very old, but come on, some of it's a little crazy. So, at the time that you are settled here in Brittany, you have just come back, or recently come back, perhaps I should say, from a tour around the Mediterranean, raiding various places, including Rome. Incidentally, your partner during these raids was King Bjorn Ironside, who was the son of Ragnar Lodbrok, at least. Look at that, 94. Anyway, so, you don't really have a place to call your own, and Haestein is an extremely flexible character. You can take Brittany, you can go up into the British Isles, be part of that land rush, go back to Scandinavia, reform the faith, come down here and fight the Umayyads. Go check out my video where I did that, it's fun. Everything, the world is your oyster, it's just a matter of some areas of the world being harder to get to than others, and that is because of a little thing called the prepare invasion mechanic, where prestigious rulers can once in their lifetime prepare invasions before they declare war. This will basically give you a bunch of free troops. It just costs you 500 prestige, but you start with 1,000. You can only do it once, but once is usually enough to establish your dynasty somewhere and have a homeland. So he's an extremely flexible character. Now, if you go online, excuse me. You will see all sorts of pictures of people who have, as I've said, gone and created England, created Scandinavia, come down to the Umayyads in Africa and Sicily, and even the Byzantines and Egypt and Jerusalem and all sorts of things like that. But I have never seen. I see a lot of people talk about that it's possible, but I have never personally seen somebody within Haestein's lifetime go all the way to India. Now, I'm sure some people are going to run out and do it and send me screenshots and yeah, I totally did this before. And look, I'm not saying nobody's done it. I'm just saying I've never seen an image. I've never seen a screenshot from anybody who's done it. So I want to do it to show people how it can be done. Because there are limits to the prepare invasion mechanic. For example, let's say I wanted to come down here to the Umayyads. Right click, prepare invasion, boom, too easy. They're just pretty close. Same thing down here if I wanted to go to Idrisid. Prepare invasion, we're good there. How about Aglabadi? Hey, we could still prepare an invasion. You know what though? Let's go to Alexandria. How about some Norse pseudo-Egyptian paganism going on down there? That sounds fun. Wait a minute, we can't do that because they're too distant to interact with. So we would have to take land that is closer to Egypt before we are allowed to do the prepare invasion mechanic on them, and obviously we can't do a prepare invasion mechanic on somebody else in order to get the land, because then we wouldn't be able to do it again before we die. So here is my plan. We are going to take a series of holdings, and I've tested this a few times actually. Like I said, I already have the achievement. We are going to take a series of holdings. I'm a little bit flexible as to which ones they are because we have to see how the situation develops. But generally, it's going to be, we're going to grab something in South Italy. We might get Crete, but probably not. We're going to grab something in the Red Sea, and then we're going to grab something here in Southern Arabia. And by the time we do that, that's going to put us in range of a possible prepare invasion out here in India. And as to which kingdom I'm going to invade, I have an idea for which one that I want to do. Of course, there's options. I think you can even get to Pala if you take the Maldives, which, who knows, we might do. We're going to have to see what the situation looks like when we get there. And then the concept is going to be that once we are there, we are going to remain Norse, we are going to remain Germanic pagan. All right? No converting to the local religion, no converting to the local cultures. And we are going to found a new Norway out there in India, and it's going to be super duper fun if everything doesn't go horribly wrong. All right, ambitions. We're going to go for what do I want to do here, actually? Let's go for make a friend first. And for our focus, we're going to do war right now. I want to join the Wolf Warriors Society, of course. Now, there are a lot of things that you have to keep in mind when you are going pretty far away with Haestein, and that's, of course, there's a lot of RNG. not a lot, but there's a fair amount of RNG that comes with a campaign as him along the way. The further you go, the more things can go wrong. Particularly because, at least for me, he seems to die kind of young a lot of the time in the game. In my personal experience, he's usually dead within 10 years of the game start. Don't get me wrong, I've seen screenshots of people showing him in his 70s, his 80s, and they're still playing as him. I'm just, again, talking about my personal experience. So I'm not going to exactly take my time getting there. So what we want to do first here, at least my plan... wait, let's see, what else have we got? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Just a second, there's going to be a cut. My phone is ringing. Terribly sorry about that. I had my phone charging in a different room, and I thought the silence was on. Anyway, so what was I getting at? Oh yeah, I think I was talking about the RNG and things that you have to watch out for. The reason that the first thing I did is suppress a revolt over here in our holdings is because you can sometimes get something called, I think, the Brittany Independence Revolt or Liberation Revolt, and it's basically the local culture of Bretons, as you can see here, are rising up against you. And they seem to spawn with anywhere from 5,000 to almost 10,000 troops, and they tend to be of much better quality than what you have. And it's basically a game killer because they will liberate both counties. They're not just going to take one of them, and so you get the instant game over if you lose that war. So that's why I wanted to suppress that revolt first and foremost. Now, other thing, what I was going to say though, what other thing I was going to say is the first thing we're going to do here is we have this cool thing as a Viking or as a pagan, where we can conquer single county borders without specific regions, and because we are Norse pagans, we can also take any coastal county. And it doesn't cost anything where you have to pay a certain amount of piety or anything, so I think that the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go for Salerno here. Although maybe, maybe Amalfi is a better choice, because then we're not bordering the Byzantines and we're less likely to trigger them attacking us. Nah, let's go for Salerno. Alright, conquest of Salerno is a go. I'm gonna call up our local troops, get on the boats, get moving. Alright, got my opponent. The duel begins. Harek Af Torgar comes at me slowly. I offer him my best taunting smile, and it doesn't take long before I have seen to injure him. He's just wounded, he's got a little swollen wrist, nothing bad, but we got a bit of monthly prestige. Awesome. Now, the Wolf Warriors give a lot of terrific bonuses that I want to get my hands on. No guarantee that I'm going to get them. A lot of it depends on how fast I'm getting missions, and... There we go. Alright, I'm officially in the society now. It depends on how fast I get missions and what missions they are. So what I'm hoping for at the moment is that I'm going to get a lot of duel for honor kind of things. You can only do those during peacetime, but I'm going to be frequently at war, but I'm also going to have moments of peace, so they're going to hopefully all be quick wars. At least a couple of them. So, for example, here we go. Hail fledgling, as members of the Wolf Warriors, we strive to better ourselves and each other. One way is the occasional sparring match for practice and honor. Seek out and duel the veteran Bagseke. You will find him in Osnabrück. Osnabrück? He's up here in Denmark, basically. Okay, we're going to accept that. Again, we can't do that at the moment. Hopefully, he's also at war anyway. So, not happening anytime soon. So Salerno, this is going to be an easy one. They've got less than 1,000 men. I probably could have actually come in with only my my non-special event troops, my personal domain ones, so that they could recuperate a little bit, but it's fine. Not a big deal. Oh, actually, I just fused it. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. New unit. We're going to go with... oh, the hell with it. Just leave it be. Let's speed things up here. And we should take all of their holdings pretty fast. It looks like they have already headed north to try to besiege my personal holdings. Yeah, there's other stuff I gotta do. Let's try to collect taxes. Might be nice to get a little bit of quick cash here. We're gonna also... What do we want to do? let's go sabotage a province down. No, I can't work anywhere in there. All right, we're not gonna do anything with him so far. Let's just research some cultural tech or whatever. All right. Now, as you can see, we're already at 80%, but their army went north, so we can't fight them. So we're gonna hit 99% pretty soon. And cool, my marshal just went up. And then we technically won't be able to end the war, but Salerno should just surrender if we have all 4 of their holdings, and so we won't have to wait 36 months. Yeah, as you can see, we're already at 99%. It's capped because so much time has passed. Oh, it looks like we actually got some family members of his or something. So that's pretty cool. I hope a lot of you are happy to see this Germanic pagan going into India. Ooh, do I want aggressive leader? Yeah. Because I know that was it was a really tight race between it and Christian back when I was doing my poll for what you guys wanted to see me do in India. So now the Germanic pagans will have their day. See, too easy. We already have a base in the east, so for example, if we wanted to go after the Abbasids, we could begin to prepare invasion now. We will not be doing that though, as I said earlier. Oops, wait a second. Give it a day. Disband. Create some new vassals here. Too easy. Now, the next stage in the plan is we have to head south. And I think that I'm going to go after the Hashemids. Yes! They are attacking somebody in a holy war. They're attacking the Ukhaid-Hirid here. Okay. Very useful. They got 614. They got 3,327. Alright, so the Hashemid are going to be a tough fight, in my experience, because if we were doing the prepare invasion, it would be pretty easy, but we've basically got to go after them with whatever it is that we've already got, which is not much. So we've got to probably just go immediately for it. Let's do that duel for honor first, though. Yeah, he's not gonna happen. He's at war. Who's he fighting? They're fighting Lotharingia. Well, that's gonna take a while, so we're probably not gonna get much from him there. Now, one thing we could do, if I go to my intrigue, we don't have any prisoners. What I think we could... Let's do a little raid here and see if we can't get our hands on some prisoners, and then I want to do a great blot with a bit of luck. Plus it'll give us some cash, which is always nice. This is probably going to be the time when I hire the Irish band, if it is available. What do we got? Okay, it is still available, has not been hired by anybody else. It usually isn't, but it does happen on occasion. But the main thing I want here, more than loot, is the prisoners. Give it to me, give it to me. Okay, I could become gluttonous. It will increase my health generally. Church opinion's gonna go down, or we could do temperate. Yeah, let's get the health up. Like I said, I personally have troubles with him dying early, so we want to avoid that. Alright. My warriors are already sprawling through the streets of Aversa to take their hard-fought loot when I receive news that there is still a pocket of defenders hiding in the area. It is a small band of mercenaries led by a man called Chrysogonos. Their leader claims that he has no quarrel with us and would in fact be ready to join my army for the right price. What? I don't think I've ever gotten this. 146 men. These troops will always be raiding. Wow. Well, let's duel him for leadership. Okay, too easy. He's at 14, I'm at 51. So I challenge you for leadership of your band. He's accepted. The duel will take place in a few days. Now, I could become deceitful. Why wouldn't I? Yeah, it's great for intrigue. It's great for personal combat, especially. And we looted almost 30 from him. From the Republic, that is. So we're just going to try to give him some poison or something. My acquaintance Seems unaware that the little scrape I inflicted is what is causing his limbs to slowly go numb. Valiant effort, I proclaim, watching his sluggish movements. When he lunges at me, I carefully step aside, letting his subsequent collapse look like a failed attack. The poison must have reached his heart. Another victorious match. Oh, he died. They have flooded under my batter, fearing to meet the same end as their former commander. Terrific! Well then, if I guess we might as well keep raiding then. Let's see, in terms of intrigue, yes, we do have a few prisoners here, so... oh yeah, I can't be raiding, right? Oh yeah, it has to be... it can't be until the winter, so we're gonna wait for that. We could also commission a rune stone. Or I probably should do that after I have set foot in India. So we just gotta wait. Here we go. Hold the Great Blot. You have sent out a summons to all of your vassals for the blot. Those that have been baptized or profess to follow the teachings of the Prophet will have to offer gold. The Prophet will to be exempted from this magnificent feast. I can hardly wait. Alright, the guests have arrived, and the time has come for the blot to begin. You gather outside the temple and start by offering animals as sacrifices to the gods. While their meat is prepared for the feast that is to follow, the blood sprinkled on statues of Odin, Thor, Fuhrer, and the other gods, as well as on the worshippers themselves. Now for the human sacrifice. Lucibia is brought up from your dungeons and escorted to the temple. As the noose is placed around her neck, she steadies herself and murmurs several passages that you recognize as being from the Christian holy book. Where is your blessed virgin now, Lubica? Did I say Lucibia? I swear I don't have dyslexia. Alright, more prestige and piety for me. Branimira is brought up. Where is your blessed virgin? Oh, this one's Orthodox. Where is your blessed virgin now? Antonia is brought up. Where is your blessed virgin now, Antonia? Countess Anselberga. Where is your blessed virgin now? With the sacrifice over, the feast at the end of the blot can now begin. The meat of the animals that were sacrificed has already been prepared. There is plenty of mead to go around. Let the celebrations begin! Vassal opinion increases by plus 15 for 12 months. You now move inside the large feast hall. You are conversing with another... You were conversing with another guest when loud screams of passion erupt. In one corner of the room, in full view of everyone else, Godi Odir is engaged in carnal pleasures with one of the servant girls. Both are completely naked, and only when they notice the stunned silence in the room do they seem to remember where they are. Ha ha, you old dog. Nicely done. Great. Now... yeah, we're looting. Let's loot somebody else. Let's loot Capua. We're gonna just raid for a bit. And yeah, we might as well try to build up a little bit of money. Because I'm probably gonna have to hire the Irish band twice. The feast is over, and with it the blot. It will be at least 9 years until you can hold the next one. But as your vassals return home, most seem to agree the ceremony was well worth the trip. Until next time, so morale of my armies is up, as well as prestige and piety for the next year. You know what? We're probably actually just going to go for this right now after we take Capua. Just going to take a minute. How can I rely on my generals when their understanding of warfare is so lacking compared to my own? Oh, definitely teach him to be unyielding. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff. We should get a court physician, though. Alright, we're going to start composing a book. Alright, who's this? 19. Going to annoy the religious authorities. Why? Because he's cynical. Alright. Well, he's got 19 learning. So I'll deal with it. Upon returning from a small raid with my personal guard, I've been talking to Dag, the Word Slayer. The man does not understand the urge for adventure whatsoever. What about the prosperity it brings your tribe, I argue, showing off a new bracelet decorating my arm. He sighs, seemingly unimpressed. Oh, I could help you hone that ambition, Dag. And that'll give me a little bit of renown. How much do we already have? 518. Very, very good. We'll be a warrior before you know it. Oh, what's this? Dag agreed that he needs my help in order to make him see things differently. We are going to be educating ourselves on famous Norse warriors and their historical achievements. Surely their tales are bound to inspire the young man. We could become proud. Proud is good. Neither really matters, though. Nah, I'm enough of an inspiration. We don't have to look at other older heroes, because I am one. He did not seem to be overly enjoying himself, but I feel confident he picked up a thing or two. Anyway, he has himself become ambitious. Pity his, pity his liege. Alright. Are we almost done here? Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Fantastic. Alright, let's get getting on over here. And, alright, 216.03 gold. The recent influx of looted treasure has encouraged buying and investment in rets, which in turn has attracted more warriors who are hungry for gold. Fantastic stuff. So, let's go after the Hashimids now, I'm thinking. First we're gonna take these 40 men and bring them up here, up by Rets, so they can pick everybody up when it is time to go. Come along, come along. 853 wealth, very, very good. After many months studying the campaigns of Alexander the Great, you have acquired many fascinating insights and gained new wisdom in military matters. You realize that the art of war might be well worth studying. Now adept at strategy, which also increases my stewardship. Gives me a teeny tiny bit more money. Not a big deal. Just auto-assign the commanders. Alright, here we go. We are going after the Hashimid. Oh, Jesus, they just won. Do I still want to do this? You know what, it's fine. They usually absorb this area anyway. I think we can still take them, especially with the mercenaries. So we are going to declare war for, I suppose, Jeddah? Doesn't matter really which one of it is. We'll go for Jeddah. Because Jeddah has the most holdings, yeah? Mm-hmm. Cool. Now, to the mercenaries! Whoops. Hire them. And then rise up my levies. I think everybody should be able to fit there. We've got one boat here. That is no good. At all. So we'll just... Rating, please. Use them. Alright. My son, Ragnar, has the flu. That's not good. My wife is not carrying another child either. This would be a really horribly premature way to end the campaign. Alright, what we're probably going to do is drop off this first load here near the Hashimid, and then we'll go back and grab these other troops. Abbasid revolt here around the Jerusalem area. That is pretty standard. It's also why I generally don't like to do when I'm playing as him. As Haestein, I don't go after the Abbasids, specifically Jerusalem, because then I'm going to lose this. Alright, so... Oh, my wife is pregnant. Oh, there it is. I guess I just didn't notice. We're going to go with a fisheye. Oh, yeah, that's real good for you. Delicious, too. We're just going to come down here, take that first holding. Let's make sure that our troops have hit land. We'll get some rest honey, and then you 40 ships are going to come back here to Retz. But step one on the hopping our way to, let's see, yep, dealing with attrition. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on now, come on. Alright, another 2100 on the way. Gossips for my wife so she feels better. Right. Captain of the Irish Band also gives me a decent general. Very good. Yeah, look, even these just 2100, they take damage. No sign of the Hashemid army at the moment. Had a daughter been born. Not Astrid. Hala, maybe. Hala, Sif, of course, yeah. What else would we call her? Sorry about my coughing. Oh, sorry, we're still paused. Oh, great, now she's sick too. In any case, let's get you all down south here. I still do not see any signs of their armies, even though they should have about 3,600 troops that I'm going to have to deal with. It's not going to be enough to just take the county. We're going to need a little bit more than that in order to get the 100% war score, but this is the most major of obstacles, of ones that you definitely have to fight on your way to India. Because, yeah, it's kind of a medium-sized country that you have to fight in order to just get a hold of one of their counties. So in the next episode, we will be doing that. We are going to grab one of their counties, and who knows, I think by the end of the next episode, we might even already have our toes in India with a little bit of luck. So thanks for joining me. I'm Conquering History Games. Please be sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you're notified whenever there are new episodes up on the channel of this series, and I hope that you're going to enjoy it, because it's a very fun one for me. Thank you, and goodbye.